Okay, don't laugh at me, but I went to my very first theme park just a few days ago. Yeah, at 30 something. While other kids were enjoying roller coasters in theme parks, I was in my father's plantation cooking mud soups and getting 5-star reviews for my imaginary babies. Yeah, but finally it happened. Now, my name is Grace Roseli. If this is your first time here, you're very, very welcome. Thank you for coming and joining us. Please subscribe. On this channel, we are talking about faith-based wisdom for adulting. I am your fellow grown-up in progress. Haven't figured everything out, but I am learning and growing along the way, and I would really, really love it if you could join the family. I arrived at Alton Towers a few weeks ago now, and the hype, I was excited. I was like, wow, childhood dreams unlocked, finally. Backpacks, preparing. I was thinking about it for days and weeks. Yeah. But listen, what I found there. And disclaimer now. If you are a Christian, this video might make sense to you, and I really want to hear your views on it. If you're not a Christian, this one is not the one for you. Yeah. There are many other videos on the channel you can watch that will bless you. But my Christians, or people who are interested in a Christian view, I want us to just discuss this. I want to hear what you think. So, first ride, the Smiler. First of all, the waiting time is crazy. Like, you queue up and almost 30 minutes. I think it was actually more than 30 minutes. But anyway, came a long way, so we are going to do this. It says it's going to flip you 14 times, and I'm thinking, what's a few flips? I can do this. I mean, I'm excited, I am scared, I am trying to calm myself down, and I'm taking it all in, and I'm looking around. But the more I look, I start noticing all this. First of all, the sound, the music, then the colors. It all sounds and looks as if you're going in for some sort of hypnotic experience. And everywhere I look, there are screens saying you belong to the Smiler. Meanwhile, who is this Smiler? So I'm like, excuse me, no thank you, I belong to Jesus Christ. But we move on. I am already 10-20 minutes into this thing. I can't exactly turn back. I have come so long. I'm like, just be cool, calm down. This is a theme park. This is how it's done. So we are moving on. But I can't shake this feeling that something is just off about this whole thing. And then we finally get in, do the 14 flips. But honestly, the flips were not nearly as scary as the theme. The whole thing was like the Joker designed a horror retreat. And I'm like, who signed up on this thing? But anyway, we are here to have fun, right? So we survive and move on. The next ride, Oblivion. Like, why? Who wants to fall into Oblivion? Me, apparently. And I also want to pay for it and get a taste of this amazing experience. And like I said, I've done the bungee jump, but at least then you're falling to your doom with a very beautiful view and a lot of fresh air. And anyway, we make it through that. By this time we're hungry, so we're looking for some food. And obviously, when you're hungry, everything looks good, so we walk around to look for food. I kid you not, this was the menu. Which spell buffalo? Like, do I need to renounce this after I've eaten? Anyway, petrified branches, umami glaze. These are just breadsticks, but we must. Enchanted strawberry sauce, jam. It is just jam. Hexed delight chicken tender burger. Why? Why must the chicken tenders be hexed? Tandoori hanging kebabs. And I'm thinking, is it just me? Am I the only one seeing this? And I was like, thanks, but no thanks. I think I will skip this meal. But we finally moved around and found some ordinary plain kebabs, which we enjoyed with so much relief. And moving on. Yeah, I mean, there were nice bits to the trip. There was a beautiful, I don't know what to call it, like cable car thing where you could go and see like views. It is such a beautiful piece of property, I have to say. I mean, the views were amazing. There's so much in there. I don't know how many square feet it is, but it's a beautiful place. And until I saw this other thing, and I'm thinking, what is this? I didn't know it at that time, but that is also a ride called the Wicker Man. Now let's pause on that. The Wicker Man. No. Lord, no. But so apparently you're supposed to go inside that god. Meanwhile, there are flames and smoke, and I mean, of course, it's not real. Like, you're not going to get burned, but it's for the whole experience. I don't know, are the flames real? I don't know. I don't think the flames are real, but they look real enough from afar. But they're not real. I mean, it would be a health hazard. The whole thing is made of wood. So, but it looks like there are flames, and then there's the smoke, and then you're supposed to go in under that god, and I don't know what else. I mean, it looks like... And that's not the only one. Somewhere else, there's this other ride called Nemesis. I mean, honestly, I don't know. My heart was just... red flags were going up all over the place, like sirens, as like something is not right, something is up here and it is not okay. I can't, like, Anyway, there was some fairly okay, right? So we had a few of those. There's a lot for kids, which I think is fine. Yeah, because I was scared of the adult things, we ended up going to some of the kids' ones. But no, before I forget, there was something else that I noticed that I just couldn't. These are toys for children. Imagine that. You come home and your little girl is like, "Mommy, look what I want from the fair." Now, I appreciate that I could be overthinking this. It is just a theme. We're here to have fun. Why are you being so serious? But when you start normalizing demons for children, we have to draw the line there. Like, and you know what? It made me think, fair enough, this is the world. They only make it and continue to make it because people actually enjoy this thing. People actually enjoy buying these things. But what about the Christians? Where is the theme park for Christians? Where is our creativity and where is our excellence? The Bible in Genesis 1:28 says, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, and rule over every living thing." God didn't tell us to just go through life. God expects us to have dominion. So, Christians, what is the stuff God has given us that we are just sitting on? I want you to write it in the comments. And what are you going to do about it? That's the second question. You know, many times I think to myself, like, I'm showing up here, but does it matter? Is it making a difference? But it is things like that that make me realize what will happen if I stop showing up. Yes, it is a small light that I might have, or a big light. But if I do not light it every morning, the darkness increases. But I cannot just sit home and not want it. I must get up and show up and do something about it. And I'm hoping that you too will get up and do something about it. I bring my candle, you bring your candle, and before we know it, we join with 1,000 other candles and we have a flame, and it makes a difference in the rooms we're in, and the darkness shall not comprehend it. So this week, I am challenging you to light your candle, really, cliche as it might sound. Do it. It is real work. And I pray that as you do so and encourage others to do so, the world will be a better place, not only for us, but also for our children to come. And with that, God bless you. Thank you so much for joining me, and see you next time.